What if I told you that not only is there a power and a presence in this universe for you to use, but you use it all the time? Oh, George, we've gone to one of them places. I knew we should have gone to our normal church today. We're into one of them cult things. Oh, no. What power? Where is this presence? And how do I use it? Those are the questions. Last week we talked about the thing itself. We spoke about all the different terms that are used to describe God, and in my talk I kind of rested on one of two. This one presence and that celestial juju. That's for you woo-woo minded. Okay? We discovered that there is an intuitive feeling that there's more out there than just what we can see with our eyes. And if you walk around, if you look around, if you go inside, how can you not come to that conclusion? There has to be more. Intuitively, we all know that we want to be more, don't we? We're not at all satisfied with who I am at this very moment. There's information to be learned. There are experiences to be experienced. There's life. And life is not Groundhog Day. It's not the same experience over and over and over again, unless that's what you put out there. Because remember, we talked in our talk about what is this thing itself. It's exactly what you want it to be. And if you are happy with your unhappiness, be happy with your unhappiness, because that's what you're going to get. We also talked about how science has confirmed that there really is something more out there through its acknowledgement that everything is energy. Everything. The chair you're sitting on, the wall, the thoughts in your head, everything. And the only difference is how fast it vibrates as to how it shows up in this world. We also talked about how unique and wonderful each one of us is. And we are. No two of us are alike. Nobody's had the same experience. Nobody's sung the same song the same way. Nobody has walked in your footsteps. Nobody has had your emotions. Yeah, everybody cries, everybody laughs, everybody has good days, bad days, everybody experiences, but it's all in your own way. You are unique. You are wonderfully unique. You are magnificently unique. And the sooner you realize that, the better. Okay, but I digress. To put it in the way Ernest Holmes would put it, there is a universal mind, spirit, intelligence that is the origin of everything. It is first cause. It is God. It is the celestial juju. This universal life and energy finds an outlet in and through all that is energized. Think about that. And through everything that lives. There is one spirit back of all expression. And that, as Ernest summarizes, is the meaning of that mystical saying, in him we live and move and have our being. So we're unique. There's something greater. It's that thing itself. And today we get to figure out, well, how does that work? Chapter 2 of the Science Mind textbook. Well, like everything, it's a process. I know, it's just exactly what you wanted to hear, right? It's a process. It's a process of acknowledging, declaration, belief, knowing, affirmation, gratitude, and release. Does that sound familiar? The treatment, right? It's affirmative prayer. That's a little bit more than that as well. Can it really be that simple? How this thing works? Can it really be as simple as that, as those words? Probably. Understand, it is not what some people would think is a magical power reserved only for the Witcher Warlock down the street. No, this is personal to you as well. It is the law of creation. It is the book of Genesis. It's the beginning of the Quran. It's the beginning of the Torah. It is life created. It is experience created. It is your experience. It is your creation. It is what you want to have come into this world. That's how it works. Okay, so how do I do that? And if I have that much power, wow, it's scary, isn't it? Am I really up to that task? I don't know. I screw up a lot of things, you know? If you think that you are unworthy of this gift, of this way of bringing things into your life, then I'm going to send you right over to Marianne Williamson, one of my favorite quotes. She's done with being cast down by the man. She is done. Sure, there are those days, but we all have them. We're human. And we only see this to the extent that we know that we can. So our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. But I feel inadequate. Go deeper. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Well, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God, and that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. What a gift to give to people. To know that I don't have to downplay my abilities. I can step up to the plate and be exactly who I am. And what is that going to do to the people around me? It's going to bring life. When's the last time you saw somebody walk into the room that just lit up the whole place? Didn't that feel, there's something about it, right? There was more, that you wanted to get close to that person. That's you. If you allow it to be. We are each a unique expression of the one presence. We share the same creative energy, the same creative thought process, the same power and abilities to create change. But let's go back to that one word in the beginning of that sentence, unique. Because this, how it works thing, you're not going to do it the same as the person sitting next to you. You can't. The end result in your mind might be the same, but it's unique to you. Nobody has the same fingerprint. Nobody has the same thought. Nobody has the same desire. Generally speaking, yes, we all want good. But what is your specific want or desire? What is it that you are specifically putting out there? Why do you think there's 17 billion different ways of expressing life? Because we're all unique. We all do it differently. It's all personal to us. And it doesn't mean that we all should be at the same level at the same time. Your ability to walk on water does not mean anything to your evolution of existence. Your inability to walk on water while somebody else is running on water has nothing to do with your ability to move forward in your existence. So all these thoughts of, oh my God, I wish I could do what that person does. Well, you know you can. It's just going to be in a little bit different way. Because their innards are different than yours. What they put out there is necessarily, by definition, different. Everyone has their own path to the mountain. You've heard that. There are a multitude of paths to that mountaintop. But you're the one whose foot has to hit the ground, regardless of the path. And in that same vein, the universal presence experiences life in, as, and through each of us. But it is your own consciousness, your own conscious thought, that chooses how that experience is going to show up. A lot of deep stuff here. And it's only 4 or 5 pages in that second chapter of the book. Oh my God. You know, I went back, 4 pages, woohoo! There's a lot there, you know? You are always a choice. Always. Irrespective of where you are, what you're doing, you're always a choice. Let me give you some examples. Let's see if this will play. Listen.
After being cut from his high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried.
Who do you think that was?
Michael Jordan.
Exactly. Michael Jordan was a choice when he got cut, went home and cried. What was his choice? He went forward, and he became one of the greatest legends in basketball. Yes? Yes. Okay. 6-time NBA champion, 5-time
He wasn't
MVP.
able to speak until he was almost 4 years old, and his teachers said he would never amount to much.
Aside from the guy down the street, who do you think that they're referring to there?
Einstein.
Exactly. Albert Einstein had a really slow start.
He made up for it
He
later.
made up for it later, didn't he, though? Okay.
Was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for television.
Oprah Winfrey. Not fit for television? Oh my God! Is that guy still working there? I don't know. She was a choice, just like every one of us is every moment of every day. Right? And look what she did. She chose. She put it out there, and she chose.
Fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas.
This one can be surprising.
Bill Gates.
Walt Disney. You have no imagination. We need people here that can create. You know, get out of here.
Wow.
What did he do? Man, just pretty much anything he wanted, right?
Yeah.
He put it out there and he just worked and ran with it.
At age 11, he was cut from his team after being diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, which made him smaller in stature than most kids his age.
Hard one. For those of you who follow soccer,
Baylor?
Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, yes. 3-time FIFA World Player of the Year. That little guy. We don't want him on our team. He's small. He's puny. But he was a go-getter, right? He was a choice. He could have let it keep him down, but he was a choice.
At 30 years old, he was left devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started.
Company he started. Steve Jobs. One of the most powerful men in the history of tech, right? And he was fired because he was just not good enough, right? And he was a choice. And what did he do? Same thing you can do.
A high school dropout whose personal struggles with drugs and poverty culminated in an unsuccessful suicide attempt.
This guy was really down in the dumps. This guy just, at some point, just thought, it's over. I just can't do it anymore. But when he came up to choice, Eminem became huge, right? And what did he do? He started talking about those, started rapping about those experiences of his life, and it connected. 13-time Grammy Award winner.
A teacher told him he was too stupid to learn anything, and that he should go into a field where he might succeed by virtue of his pleasant personality.
You're a really nice guy, but we don't keep stupid people here, right? Thomas Edison. Who knew, right? He did because he was a choice. He decided he was not going to give up, and he moved forward with what he found as his passion, right?
Rejected by Decca Recording Studios, who
Easy.
said, "We don't like their sound. They have no future in show business."
Beatles.
I was thinking that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? You are at choice. When somebody tells you you ain't got it, well, that's their opinion, right? Nobody walks the same shoes. Nobody lives the same life. It's personal to you. I think there might be one more.
His first book was rejected by 27 publishers.
Stephen King.
Close. Has an S in it.
Roland?
Dr. Seuss.
Oh.
Who could reject a cat in a hat? Or just say, you know what? I don't like green eggs and ham sandwich, so we're not going to take your book. You're a choice,
One fish, two
you know? And all of those people, different in unimaginable ways, but the same when it counted. They were a choice. They knew that they had something, and they were going to move forward with it. Earlier I mentioned that, it's a process, right? It's a process of acknowledgement, belief, declaration, knowing, and gratitude that you bring life to that process. So what's an acknowledgement? Saying, yeah, I agree, I know. There is only one ethereal power, intelligence, juju, whatever you want to call it. There's only one out there, and it is all of those, it is the energy, it is the consciousness, it is the stuff that makes up everything, that permeates all that is. What's belief? Oh, there's a topic for you. That can take 3 days. Belief. It's what you've come up with in your life, in your opinions, in your mind, is acknowledging or stating is true. And it can be a conscious statement or an unconscious statement. Remember last week we talked about the difference between the first cause, or conscious mind, and the unconscious mind. So over the years that you've lived, you have come up with certain opinions about you and everything else. And sometimes these opinions become so ingrained in our psyche that they become true, or we allow them to become true. Despite what we might be thinking at the moment, there's so much baggage thrown in there that the back of your head says, you know what? Or what's in there says, no, you know what? And usually it's because you've experienced something in the past that was not very good, in your opinion. It's like touching a hot stove. Oh, I'm not going to do that again. You get near one. Hey, burned yourself last time. Don't do that again. It's kind of like a protective mechanism, you know. And that's what it's geared to do. But it's based on what you have developed over your lifetime as to be your opinion or your belief. And it's something that you can change as long as you are thinking consciously about it and recognizing that when those thoughts come in that you usually react to, that keep you in the misery that you're in today because you've decided that's where you'd rather stay than try something new and unknown. That consciousness, that conscious thought or recognition that it's there, that's where you can tweak it and make the change. You can create a new the declaration. I declare, I know, it is. And the more I declare it, the more it becomes. A knowing or acceptance. We were at a holiday party for my job, my daytime job. And they had a raffle. And I don't know how I knew, but I just knew as they were picking out that ticket for that 50-inch TV, I'm going, uh-oh, we just won a TV. Sure enough, they called my name. Ever have that happen? Kind of synchronicity thing? But it's a little bit more than that. A knowing is something that you absolutely know and believe with every fiber of your being. And that's part of this process, is getting you to where you can consciously state your intention and know that it is powerful and that it will come. Gratitude. You know, I won this 50-inch TV, but I'm not really happy about that. That's not gratitude, right? I know I'm talking superficial here, but gratitude. Is it more pleasing to you to live in a life of everything is just crap? Yeah, they gave me a free cup of coffee. They paid me on Starbucks. They paid for my coffee. Oh man, how crappy was that? You know, they could have bought me something else with it. You know, complain. You know, would you rather live that kind of a life, or would you rather live knowing that everything is so good? I'm so happy. The sun is shining. There are friends surrounding me. I'm hearing wonderful music. Doesn't that kind of lift your spirit a little bit more than Yeah? That's gratitude. Knowing that it is your good and being happy about it, being grateful about it, being one with that spirit, knowing that it's coming because it's supposed to and you're allowing it to. Release. There it is. I release. What's that song? I release and I let go.
Let go, yeah. I release.
You can't hang on to it. If you hang on to it, it stays in that subconscious mind. That's why when I talk about recognizing those unhelpful thoughts that hit you as soon as you start looking in a different direction, it's releasing those and not having anything to do with them. I acknowledge that you're here, that you're trying to get into my head, but you know what? I'm going to go in a different direction. That's releasing it. Same thing with your treatment. When you do an affirmation, when you affirmatively affirm that that there is only one, that you are part of that one, that one permeates every aspect of your existence, and that the good that is in that one perfect expression of all that is yours to have. Ooh, that's powerful. You know, this thought's kind of trying to come into my head, and I want to go this way, but this thought's telling me, there's one power, one presence, and it's good for you, and it wants to you. No, I'm going to let you go and go the other way. Oh my goodness, but that's what happens sometimes. We get fixated on going in a different direction. We focus on that to the exclusion of everything else. That's why I tell people, open your eyes, look at what's around you, watch for things coming into your life. Because once you let those negative thoughts go, oh my God, the whole world's open, the whole universe is open, and it's coming to you. All you have to do is be willing to allow it to happen and to see it, and then take advantage of it. Seize the day. Carpe diem. Right? Just do it. Where do they come up with all these things? That's why, Because you allow it into your life and it shows up. Affirmative prayer. That's part of this process. And it's something that the practitioners in your center have studied for a very long time. Have practiced, that's why they call them practitioners, for a very long time. They sit in the corner and they hold your truth open for you. So that when you have difficulty coming to that connection, recognizing that all of this is yours, because that's how it works. Right? You can go to a practitioner whose only job is to know your truth and to state it for you. That you are connected to that power and presence, and that you are entitled to your good. This is all about an acceptance that this universe operates upon a law of cause and effect. That this law reacts to your beliefs, your heartfelt desires, and that your word is not just a belief or a statement of your desires, but your word being of the same stuff that acts upon itself in love, knows itself, and knows that it knows itself, such that your good is made manifest in this life. That was a lot, I know. That almost sounded like it was circular. Your word, your statement, your intention, your desire, I want this so much and I know that it's going to come, has power. Your word, just like your thoughts, just like the chair you're sitting on, just like the person sitting next to you, is made of that same stuff that is all things. And you have power over that stuff. And your word, when you put it out there, knows that it is part of that stuff. And your word knows that it is powerful. Because it is part of that stuff. And when your word knows that it has power, and knows that it is said with love, it knows that it's set forth with an intention, it cannot help but to say yes. That's the law. Excuse me. That's the other part of this process. That thing itself operates upon a law that can only say yes. So good, bad, indifferent, whatever you're putting out there, sure. So I said earlier, you like your misery? Here you go. You like all the good that this universe has set for you? Here you go. I know there's different inflections, but it only says yes. And it says yes to what you put into it. That's your process. That's how this thing works. A knowing belief that what you say will manifest in your existence. You are powerful beyond belief. You are powerful beyond what you know. With that, I'm going to want you to think on it. Take it home with you. Promise me that you will think about it, that you will mull over just how powerful you are. Can you do that?
Yeah.
And can you come back next week and let me know how good it can going? Okay? I'll be waiting. Namaste.
You have to stay right here.
Oh, okay. Don't leave.